Hey y'all, and we back with another video, and y'all got to check this video out. Please check this video out, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't got your membership, please do, y'all. Everything I said in this video is allegedly. Okay, it's for entertaining, comment, criticism, and educating purposes. Y'all, I want to get to the house that David was living in. I'm going to call him David. Okay, David was living in his home right here. And I thought that the home was connected with Holly Berry because that's what was told to us at the beginning. But as I do my research, I find something differently every time about this case. Now check this out. Something that we do know about the house do have cameras on it, okay? There are civilians cameras all through the house. And how we know? Because the owner of the house told us. The house that David rented through his manager, allegedly, the reason why I'm saying his manager, Josh Marshall, it's all we keep hearing that he rented, that he leased the house through, this is the owner of the house. And it was leased through his manager, Josh. But Josh say he did. But what we do know, allegedly, that the owner of the Holly Hills home rented by David manager is Maladen Trifonofis, okay? David himself was living in that, living on that property, y'all, at that time. Yes, he was living on that property at the time. And, he's no longer there, right? We don't know where he is. And that was this year. So that's what we're going to get into because this is part of the investigation. And we got to find out what happened to our baby, Celeste Rivers, okay? What happened to Celeste Rivers in last year? Okay, first of all, she was too young to be all over the news like this. When she went missing when she was 12, 13, and then she was allegedly in the back of the trunk at 14 on her 15th birthday. And the car was towed away on the 5th. But we ain't going to slow down. Let's go back a little bit, okay? Why are they together? Okay. Are they together? Was they together? Let's go back to the house. What we do know is that David had officially vacated his Hollywood Hill mansion, reportedly paying around $20,000 a month since early 2024. Okay, it's telling you a whole lot that he's making that bread. But everything changed after investigators raided the property on September 17th, seizing computers and other items for analysis shortly after the lease was terminated. Now, the manager, Josh, I don't know how many managers he has. He's trying to clear his name. Josh Marshall. But when I looked under Josh Marshall on the internet, it's a lot of Josh Marshalls. Okay? Anyway, he is his manager. He was trying to distance himself, not only from the death of Celeste, but also from the very public room. Okay, but from David. He trying to separate himself. He said he wasn't there. But listen to this, y'all. Listen to this.
Nor have any cars been in that state. Please use facts with supporting evidence when making comments. A few things that he does say that he really doesn't know, David, did have me a little confused because as a business manager, I feel like you should know your clients, but that's neither here nor there. But we can verify that this is in fact Josh Marshall, and some of the things that he is alleging are turning up. You can look them up on the internet. The private investigator Stephen Fisher, who claimed that he spoke with the family and saw this email, took to his Twitter again yesterday, saying that he saw this email once again. Said, since certain parties are now claiming that there was no email letter sent to Josh's camp, I confirm with the author of the email that it was sent and it does exist. And also confirmed that law enforcement requested a copy of the email and they are now in possession of it. I noticed the TikTok denial about the letter by email. How come there's no mention of Celeste? How come there was no denial of knowing Celeste or knowing she was a runaway or knowing she was underage? He asked Josh Marshall, can you go on the record denying those things? If Josh will go on the record on social media with a verified account and deny all of those things, then I will happily retract my statement and wait for confirmation from law enforcement. Oh yeah, it looks like there's a lot going on with David's manager Josh Marshall right now. This does leave me with questions. I do wonder why Josh Marshall just wanted to make this statement on a random TikTok video on a TikTok account that has hardly any followers instead of using his verified Instagram account that has a lot more followers, or even putting this statement out to the media, who has claimed that they have reached out to him and have been denied any response. But what I can confirm is this is in fact Josh Marshall's account. So the questions
I don't know who playing pranks. I don't know who think is this a joke. But it's not a joke, because we got to find out what happened to that baby. To be honest with y'all, I don't even believe he was making the money that he was making. And the reason why I say that, because really the artists don't make that money to producer and all them other people get their money out of it. They don't get none but cents. What you think? Now check this out. This is from Rolling Stone. Now let me tell you what they said. They saying the same thing what we've been saying for the longest. They said that the vehicle had been parked at the location. Okay, that vehicle had been parked at the location, which we know that from which it was towed for several weeks. So Celeste Rivas Hernandez may have been deceased for several weeks before the discovery of the body. The new statement from the Los Angeles Police Department released this afternoon said the department said its robbery homicide division has been diligently investigating the case, but it's also waiting for an official ruling of the cause of Rivas Hernandez's death. Though many online have speculated the teen must have been the victim of a homicide, considering how she was found. The medical examiner has yet to rule out the possibility that she suffered an accidental death. What? Such as an overdose or suicide. But who put her in the bag? Who did her body like that? Don't do that. Are they really trying to say that this is an accidental death when it come down to our girls, little girls, and an overdose of a suicide? How did she get in the back of the trunk? Why is she in a bag? Duh. Now, another twist in this story that we haven't seen. They're not showing it, but I want to see it to believe it. And another twist, Hernandez had a tattoo on her right index finger said, shh, we haven't seen it yet. The medical examiner revealed its identity as Hernandez, the victim in the Tesla. Okay, now let's get to the Tesla. Okay, then this was been reported to Rolling Stone that the house was rented out to David's manager. Okay, they searched the home, and I just showed y'all Melanie Trifonomis, whatever his name, told Rolling Stone September 18th that he had no idea that Bert had been living at the property until his real estate manager informed him that. What? So they didn't know David was staying in the property. It wasn't rented to him. So this all came as a complete shock to me and you. I only found out about the police activity this morning. Trifonovis said at the time, until I had no idea anything had happened at the house. Wow. Or what was going on with David and the missing girl. Never knew David. I wasn't aware that he had ever lived in the house. Y'all, that's a problem. Now, Trifonovis said His lease was with birth manager Josh. Josh trying to clear his name. The lease began in February of 2024, he said. Marsha has not responded to requests for comment. But he did. I just showed y'all the email. He's trying to clear his name. Bert, 20 years old, has not commented publicly on the teen death. A day after the girl discovered Hernandez's remains, David Bert, performed at a show, y'all, in Minneapolis, tossing Lububu toys to his fans. The rest of his tour was later canceled. What is going on, Josh Marshall? We want to know what's going on, because it was alleged that's what the owner said, that the house was leased to you. You, Josh. How many Josh is there? I don't care what they say about this case. This is not an accidentally report. No, don't do that. Please don't call it an accident. It took investigators more than a week to identify Rivas Hernandez as the victim. Her body was so severely decomposed that the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner Office could not distinguish her eye color or race, and list her weight at 71 pounds. Why is she so little? She don't look little in the picture. She appears to have been deceased inside the vehicle for an extended period of time before being found. The medical examiner office said in an online report that the cause of the teen death is still listed as deferred. But still, someone did this to her. I don't care what they say. Listen to this, y'all. See, they're gonna try not to do anything about this because she was a runaway. And that's not fair. But look, they said that Celeste, listen to this video. They were saying that Celeste River was seen on her cousin TikTok June the 20th, 2024. She was with her cousin and seen with her cousin on the TikTok. But the thing, what tripped me out is the mama said she went missing March 19 or something like that. Because my birthday March 18. So somewhere in March she went missing. I don't know if it's a 19 or not. I can't keep up. I can call other cases. This is the picture of her in the picture with her cousin, but the mama said she was missing. What's up with the parents? Check this out.
Live in June of 2024. If you remember, she was last reported missing in April of 2024, and it was unclear if there had been any sign that she had been alive after she was reported missing. Now, we do have David's immediate neighbor who came out and said that the last time that he saw David and Celeste together was months ago, which kind of says that she was alive in 2025. But this video that Celeste's cousin posted in 2024 has resurfaced, and it is basically a video at a family gathering, and you can clearly see Celeste there. She even looks back at the camera, and the cousin who posted this seems to have cared a lot about her, as this cousin would post a lot on Facebook asking if anyone had information about Celeste. Some people are taking this video as a sign that her family did know that she was with David. They did know who she was with because she was last reported missing again in April of 2024. This video was posted in June of 2024. If she disappeared, proof that Celeste was alive.
Yeah, listen to this from News Nation. Listen to this.
Not wait to leave. Have a look at what they found.
Celeste was a frequent customer at this liquor store. The cashier tells us she appeared often after school with friends and alone. She also appeared one time on security camera footage after she had been reported missing. And we thought that was the last time we had seen Celeste. But just up the street is the house where she appeared later on security camera footage arguing with her neighbors. This is the property where Celeste was seen arguing on surveillance footage with her neighbors after being reported missing. But despite that argument, just next door is Celeste Memorial. It's grown in recent days. You can see the candles there, and the poster board there, and this new banner bearing her face. And just next door to this memorial is Celeste's home, which we now hear that police came to 11 different times for disturbances.
If they came to the house 11 different times, hold up. Y'all, they came to this house 11 different times. 11 different times. It's telling me that something ain't going right at home. What would the family, why is the police always coming to their home? And the thing is, did they put their daughter in a situation? Did the mom and the family put the daughter in a situation by being there at that house? What do she know the reason why she ran to David? Allegedly. Yeah. News Nation has reported and confirmed from the liquor store man that he didn't know that the police had been going to their house. I think the liquor store man some kin to them, allegedly. But anyway, nobody listened to this.
Since her body was identified, and they've spoken in public only one time. If you have followed the story online, you probably saw the speculation that Celeste's mother or her father maybe were undocumented immigrants, and maybe that's why they went underground, fearing that they would be grabbed.
That's what I
Who
said.
knows? But I can tell you this, we can now report exclusively that both of her parents are in the United States legally. Records acquired by private investigator Steve Fisher show that both of them received Social Security numbers.
Both parents, so we can cross that out. Both parents, and I'm glad that News Nation found that out. They are here legally, y'all. So they here. They here. Okay. They okay. We got to okay them for that.
Around the date 2001. Our producer spoke with another woman today who did not want to be identified on camera, but said that she's a former neighbor of the family. She said they all lived in public housing from 2019 to 2020. And she said she occasionally heard Celeste's parents arguing, and often about custody of their children, though there's no indication that they are divorced. The woman said that Celeste was a sweet little girl whose mom would keep her close at all times.
Thank you for watching.